Hi everyone, so today I am filming an honest update about my Slimming World journey so far, and if you haven't been on my channel before then hi, I am Gillian and I've been doing Slimming World while also being vegan, and I started Slimming World in August last year, so it's coming up for a year actually. Apologies in advance if this video is a little rambly. It's 1:30 in the morning and I just wanted to share some information with you guys, let you guys know what's been happening and why I've been a little bit quiet recently. So I've not filmed an update for quite a while. I do not even remember when the last time was, but I've been putting it off, and the reason is, as you guys will have known if you watched one of my previous videos where I spoke about struggling with Slimming World. I had previously touched on, I've got notes down here so sorry if I keep looking down. I had previously touched on the fact I'd been struggling with losing weight since January, so that's been 7 months now, and yeah, it's not been easy. And I just thought I would share this with you just to let you know it's not a straightforward journey to lose weight. It definitely has its bumps. It's been super hard the past few months especially. I didn't want to make this video until I had felt I was past this stage, and I finally feel like I'm on the right track now. And I lost £1 last week. I'll get into the numbers in a little minute as well, but I finally lost £1 last week after gaining for a number of weeks beforehand, and I've had quite a shift in my attitude towards food and just life in general. So yeah, I finally feel comfortable and confident enough to make this video with tips that might help you guys if you're on a plateau at the moment with your weight loss journey, or if you're struggling and gaining like I had been. So yeah, struggled since January and then kind of got back on track. Whenever the video was that I posted, I did feel like I was getting back on track there. Then March hit, the coronavirus happened, we were all in lockdown, we still are for the most part. I had a holiday booked with my fiance and his family to go to France, and that obviously got cancelled. It was meant to be the beginning of this month, but we had to cancel it. So I felt like as soon as I knew we had to cancel it, which was a couple of months ago when we first realised the coronavirus was super serious, it kind of made me lose focus, because that is what my goal had been set on. So I lost a big part of the reason, well, it's not the main reason I wanted to lose weight. Aiming to lose weight for that holiday when I've not been on holiday abroad for a couple of years, it really affected me not having that goal to focus on. Like, I kind of just slacked off because I thought, well, I've got nothing to aim for. Slimming World group stopped and I really struggled. I did go to some Zoom meetings. I did lose weight while doing the Zoom meetings, but then I would gain it back, and it was the £2 here or there of 10 stone that I would keep going back to, and that's been since January. I've been 10 stone, I've got down to 9 stone 12. I went back up to 10 stone 2, and recently over the past few weeks I had actually hit 10 stone 5, and that was Star Week, eating junk and like falling off the Slimming World bandwagon and eating far too many takeaways and not caring. Well, that's a lie, I did care. You do care and you want to lose the weight, but it's extremely hard to get back into that mindset once you've kind of lost it. So I got up to 10 stone 5, I lost £1, I think it was the week before I lost £1, so now I'm 10 stone 4, and then I maintained last week, which I was very disappointed about because I had been trying, but the beginning of that week wasn't great and I had kind of just pulled the reins back in by the Monday, and I get weighed in on a Wednesday now instead of Thursday, so it didn't leave enough time to really show on the scales my efforts. But I didn't let that stop me this time. Mentally I felt a lot better even though I had just maintained, so hopefully this week coming I will get that loss on the scales, but like I said, I'm a lot happier anyway. even if it comes off slower, at least I'm actually trying. So like I said earlier, I did the Zoom sessions. I did find them fun. It was good to see people from my group. I just didn't find it effective in making me accountable to someone. I need to be accountable to someone else, because otherwise I was kidding myself on that I hadn't actually gained any weight. I got into a really bad habit of weighing myself every day, which is one of the first tips I've got, is to not do that. But yeah, I would weigh myself and just pretend. If it hadn't been a great week, I would just think, oh, I'll tell my consultant I'm a pound lighter, and then I'll really try and I'll rein it back in and it'll be better next week. And then that week could go by and that week could go by, and it was just getting worse. So like I said, I didn't want to make this video until I had properly figured out reasons why I feel I've got past this bump in the road. So yeah, let's get into the tips that might help you guys. The most important one I feel is not to weigh yourself every day, and I've found that really hard. My scales are in my bathroom. After I go to the toilet in the morning, they're there, that's what I do. So I've been really good at avoiding them, because I know that by me weighing myself every day, it dictates what kind of day I'm gonna have. Like, if I've not lost as much weight that morning as I thought I would, when I had ate really well the day before, I'll either not eat enough that day to try and make up for the weight, or I'll rebound and think, F it, and just eat far too much of the wrong kinds of foods. So yeah, I'll definitely think it is a good idea not to weigh yourself more than once a week. I've been going by how I'm feeling. How have I ate that day? Did I feel like I was healthy? Did I stay within my sins that day? Did I have enough free and speed food? And then how I feel in my clothes as well. The next tip I have was actually recommended by, well, Slimming World do it, but I got a lot of pointers from the Slimming World podcast. It's to do a for and against list for Slimming World. So what do you hate about Slimming World? What do you love about Slimming World? I'll go and get my sheet to go over the points properly, because it was actually quite emotional writing it all down. It has really helped, so I'll go get it and show you guys what I said in it. Okay, I've got my notebook here. This is my for and against list, and then I had wrote down pointers from the podcast, so I'll just go over it now. When I was feeling down about my weight and having to follow the Slimming World plan, it was quite eye-opening to realise what the feelings I had towards Slimming World at that time, because you know when it's not easy and you start resenting the plan, I think. So for and against. Against, what don't I like about being slim? And I had wrote the pressure to stay slim. What don't I like about Slimming World? Having to put in effort to eat healthy when I can't be bothered, not being able to have takeaways when I want, feeling deprived of chocolate cake and crisps, and then having an all or nothing approach, feeling guilty when I trip up. That was really honest of me to admit that. What bad things might happen when I'm slim? I might not have an excuse anymore as to why I'm not successful. That's like got really deep about successful in life. More attention drawn to me if I've lost weight. I even thought I might not have any more YouTube content once I'm at target. I might revert back to old habits, gain it back, and feel disappointed in myself. And then the for, which is a lot bigger than the against. Why do I want to be slim? To feel good in my clothes, feel confident, to feel proud of myself, and to love myself. What's nice about being slim? Getting compliments about my hard work and how good I look, realising how good I feel when I put the work in. I've noticed that a lot recently. When I've actually made an effort, I do feel more good about myself. Fitting into clothes that I thought were too tight, feeling fitter at the gym. That was obviously before coronavirus. Wearing nice clothes and feeling confident on a night out. Buying nice new clothes in a smaller size. What's in it for me? Self-love, finally looking after my body, improving my cooking skills and discovering new recipes. And then the last one is, in what way will my life get better once I'm slim? I'll be successful in my journey. I'll feel amazing and proud that I've put in all the hard work and it's actually paid off. Feel confident to pursue other goals in my life. And then I will no longer feel bad or disgusted at my body. And I felt really emotional after writing all that. I think sometimes it's hard to admit to yourself some of those things. So I do really recommend doing that if you are in a plateau, or I feel like I would almost like be really immature and childish and go in a huff with Slimming World. Not even Slimming World, just healthy eating in general, and I would rebel against eating healthy because I wanted a takeaway, and in my head it was like all or nothing, like I said. So when I wanted a takeaway, I would have a takeaway and then it would spiral out of control and I would resent Slimming World because I would feel like I can't have those things and I wanted them, and I was just being, overall I was being too hard on myself, not thinking like I want one takeaway so just have it and then get back on track. I had a, well, I want another takeaway, then I want another one, I want that packet of crisps, I want those cakes. Why shouldn't I be allowed to? I think being in that mindset made me feel more restricted in my head, but then I would binge. And I wouldn't say I've got an eating disorder, I'm not saying that at all. I just definitely had a problem with food. I'm definitely an emotional eater, and that's where I found the problem. Once I discovered that, or realised that, it was a lot easier to deal with. And finding your trigger on why you emotionally eat. Mine is definitely when I'm tired because of my chronic illnesses that I'm trying to get under control. When I'm tired, it is a definite trigger that I just want to eat something quick and unhealthy. So I've had to put in place things to stop me reaching for the unhealthy foods because it ends up making me feel more tired and fatigued and bleh. So the third tip I have is a little bit out there for some people maybe, but I stand by this wholeheartedly. I think it really does work, and that is to listen to hypnotherapy. I found some really good videos on YouTube that I listened to at night before bed, and I would fall asleep listening to them, and a lot of it is like relaxing you so you don't feel stressed, and then it'll take you through imagining that you didn't do anything about your weight. Imagine 5 years, 10 years time, what do you look like, and bringing out emotions that how you would feel looking at yourself knowing that you didn't do something about your weight. And then it takes you to another stage saying like, imagine if you did do something and eat healthily, and in 5 and 10 years time look at your, imagine you're looking in a mirror at yourself and how proud do you feel, how confident do you feel. And it's quite powerful. I do feel better the next morning about staying on plan and wanting to eat healthy for my body, not even just for weight loss but just to in general be more healthy, for feeling better, having more energy and feeling like I've got my shit together basically. So if you are interested in that, I will link the ones down below that I've been listening to, and a lot of people in the comments said that it's helped as well. So having cravings was a major thing for me. When I was tired I would just crave a Chinese or a takeaway, or like biscuits, crisps, cakes, anything that was in the cupboard. And this is really hard, but I would actually just ride the wave of that craving and see how long it took before I got over it. And that was always really hard because once I got that craving I would feed it and I would react to that even when I wasn't hungry. I really had to think, am I actually hungry? No. I like would think about my stomach and think, am I actually full or am I hungry? And if I was full then I wouldn't have anything, or I would think, would I want fruit right now? Would I want something healthy? And if I didn't want it then I'm obviously not that hungry. I just wanted that specific craving that I had at the time. And then I would think, what's a healthier alternative? So like the packets of crisps I would have, I've changed that recently and I'll just have a little side bowl of air fried chips from like the Slimming World way of doing chips in the air fryer, and it gives me that salty taste that I was after. I really wanted a takeaway pizza the other night, so I had that craving or thought in the morning, and so I decided I will have less sins all day so that I have enough sins in the day for a pizza. And I made it myself with dough, like proper pizza dough and everything. It was 12 sins and it was incredible, and it really satisfied my craving, and I was still on Slimming World plan fully. I had filled up on free and speed food before. I didn't feel deprived at all, and I think that's key, that I don't feel deprived. What is a healthier alternative to the takeaways or the junk food that I am craving? And then obviously it helped a lot not to have those foods in the cupboards at all. Like, I know myself, you know the box of Ritz crackers you can get? I would buy them and think, yeah, I'll portion them out, it's 1 sin a cracker, I'll just portion them out into like 5 sins at a time, knowing fully well that I can't just have 5 crackers. I would have the whole box and be done with it. So those extremely triggering foods that lead me to emotionally eat, I just have stopped buying them in the house, because then I'll go about the kitchen thinking, what can I eat? I'm really craving something, and there's not any unhealthy foods in there for me, so I will automatically go towards a more healthy alternative. Another thing, it's not a good thing because it's to do with money, and I've not had a lot of money the past few weeks. I've had to really watch what I'm spending, so it's automatically meant that no, I can't have a takeaway because I genuinely can't afford it, so I have to go and make something that's already in the freezer or already in the fridge and cupboards, and it makes it healthier anyway. And I've actually enjoyed being more creative in the kitchen, thinking how can I replicate this takeaway that I'm craving. Like I said earlier about the pizza, like the Mayflower curry sauce tastes just like the Chinese curry sauce that I would usually get, and then it's healthier because I'm not having all the oil that I would at a Chinese, and it's cheaper, so it works out a lot better for both reasons. Due to the virus, I've felt I have been extremely inactive compared to usual. I would like pop to the gym on my way between shifts or after work because I was passing by them anyway. So I've found with the coronavirus, the gyms being shut has really affected my mental health. I wouldn't say I saw a massive difference in my weight loss when I did go to the gym. It didn't make my weight loss any more, but I noticed a difference in my mental health and feeling healthier and better about myself by just going to the gym a few times a week. Being more inactive has really affected it. So the past couple of weeks I've forced myself, I'm definitely not perfect at this yet, but I've forced myself to go on a few walks, and that I do feel better after I do that, and then it obviously gets my step goal up on my Fitbit. I'm also subscribed to the Les Mills online classes, so I can do Shabam anytime I want, which is great because I do have a lot of fun doing it. It's just finding the motivation to get there, if you know what I mean. When you're at your own house, I feel it's harder to motivate yourself to do a workout. But yeah, also with my work, I'm a support worker, so a lot more services are coming back. My service users are getting more hours, which means they're able to go out on walks more, out to the shops now. So I'm just getting more steps in that way as well, whereas before I would be just sitting in their house either doing personal care or just sitting chatting with them because there was nothing else to do. So over the next few weeks, especially with August coming up and a lot more things in the public areas will be open, that will all fall into place, that I will be becoming more active, and I just cannot wait for the gyms to open. I wish they would hurry up. And the last tip that I have is to write it all down, and it's one of the things they tell you to do in Slimming World, but sometimes I just can't be bothered. So what I've found to be extremely helpful, I don't know if you guys have discovered the new Slimming World app, I'm sure you have, but if not, I'll just open it up to show you. So the new Slimming World app is red as opposed to this one here, the old white one. And what's good about the new app is it actually lets you do a food diary on your phone, which is great for me when I'm out and about and I can quickly search something, see how many sins it is on the same page as writing it all down. So you go into planner and then it's got the date at the top, and then it shows your healthy extra A's, B's, your sins. So it's a good way to know right away how many sins you've got left for the day. Have you had your healthy extra A and B, stuff like that, because it's easy to forget if you're writing it all down on a bit of paper. You can't always bring it with you around, for me, around my shifts and work and stuff like that, but having it on my phone, when I've got my phone on me all the time anyway, it's a lot handier. And I've found I'm a lot more honest with myself by writing it down and not just estimating sins. And before I had fully committed to being healthy, I inputted all the things I had ate that day when I was being unhealthy, and I was going way over my sins when I thought I hadn't, and I wasn't eating enough free food or speed food, and I wasn't having my healthy extras or taking advantage of my healthy extras. So it just shows you when you write it down, you're more likely to stay on track and on plan. So that is all my rambling finished. I really appreciate it if you have stuck around to listen to me rambling on. I just felt I needed to get it all out instead of like a quick snappy video, so apologies if you're not into that style of video, but I feel a lot better sharing the information with you guys. Current stats at the moment, I'm 10 stone 4. I have lost 1 stone 3.5 pounds, and I would really like to get to my target weight by the end of August, beginning of September, when I first started Slimming World, so that I can say a year later I'm at my target weight. I'm really sorry, it's 2 in the morning and this guy always leaves for work on his motorbike, so we'll just wait for him to go to his work. I want to get to my target weight by August/September, like the end of August/September. It will be a year since I started Slimming World. I think that would just tie it up nicely and be worth all the flipping struggle I've had the past few months, and I feel like I will get there. Oh, and my target weight is 9 stone 7 now, so I felt like 9 stone, my previous target was too low, so 9 stone 7, that means I've got 11 pounds left to lose, which I'm sure I can do. Look at me thinking positive. If you would, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed down below. It would mean a lot to me, and I just want to thank you all for sticking around with me when I've not been as frequently uploading as I wanted to be. Please like this video if you haven't already, and I've got a few what I eat in a days lined up that I've already filmed, so look forward to those soon, and I will definitely update you guys on my way in for next week. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.